Back in the late 1980s, I was in my late 20s. And in and around that time, I experienced a very traumatic realization. I mean, it was terrifying for me at that point. And the reason I bring it up is because I think that same realization is becoming clear to the people of this country today. Let me explain. I'm in my late 20s, newly married. We're just having our first baby. Times are tough, like for a lot of people. We have a lot of expenses and not much income. It was a struggle. We juggled every day, and it was painful every day just to get to the next day financially. But again, this is something everybody experienced, so I'm not whining about that. But I'll give you an example of our luck. The day we find out, my wife and I find out that we are pregnant with our first son, and we're excited. We're going out to dinner and we're going to celebrate as best we can with what meager funds we had. But on that same day, my wife and I both got laid off from our jobs. So here we are, don't have a lot of money anyway. We're having a new baby and we both got laid off. Well, it was a struggle. But we put our nose to the grindstone and worked our ass off like a lot of folks do, and we were able to get through most points. Now see, I had a father who was very much like Donald Trump, a narcissist, an asshole, a racist, a misogynist, all those things. He and I didn't always see eye to eye. And he made a lot of money. He had a lot of money. But I would never go to him for money because I knew there'd be strings attached and I knew it would be a fucking mess. So I would never lower myself and give him the satisfaction of asking him for a favor. Now that said, I always saw him as kind of a safety net. A safety net I hope I'd never have to use. And what I mean by that is I don't want to borrow money from my father, but if I'm ever hanging out there by a thread where there is no hope and I have no other choices, at least I would think my father would help bail me out. He certainly could afford it, and why wouldn't you help your son if he's in desperate straits? Well, we went along for a long time, and we didn't have that desperate of straits, but we struggled. And then one day it got really bad. A car blew up or something, and we had this big expense that we can't afford because we can't afford to live anyway. And I was really upset. I was really stressed out. I did not know what to do. The last thing I wanted to do is talk to my father. But when it came down to it, I really had no choice. I needed to get to work. My wife needed to get to work. We needed to pay our bills. I needed some help. So I went to my father. My father had plenty of money. I know he had plenty of money because he just bought his mistress a brand new fucking car. So I know he had the money. I didn't ask for very much money. I just asked for help so I could get over this hump and then move on. You know what my father told me? He told me to fuck off. Honestly, he told me to fuck off. And that was devastating. It was devastating because I didn't get the help. My wife and I put our nose to the grindstone, as I said, and we figured it out. But really what the problem was there, I lost something that I held on to for a long time, and I just now found out it wasn't real. And how that parallels to what we've got going on now. We've got a country, Donald Trump is the president. And when he became president, we thought, well, this is going to be fucked up, but at least we got laws, norms, we got rules, we got people with decency, we got some guardrails that will keep everything together. But here we sit 6 months into his presidency, and guess what? None of that shit exists. Donald Trump is allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants. Congress won't do shit. Laws don't mean shit. Norms don't mean shit. The judicial system doesn't mean shit. You see what I mean? These are desperate times for us emotionally. The things that we thought would keep us safe aren't fucking there. So what that means is what we had to do back in the day. Put our heads down, fucking do it ourselves. So remember that. Don't count on these people, because these people you think you can trust, you can't.